under attack. Terrorists sending in several suicide bombers and gunmen to these locations, including Bataclan Concert Hall, where a gunman opened fire, killing at least 80 people inside. And now the president of France closing the country's border and confirming that at least 127 people are dead, 200 hurt at the hands of ISIS. It's not clear yet if any Americans are included in that number. And here's a look at some of the attacks, showing police storming a concert hall where gunmen held hundreds hostage. Between suicide bombers and gunmen, bombs went off at restaurants and in the streets, injuring and in many cases killing those who came in contact. And if you're worried about someone who's in France, there's a digital way to keep an eye on them. Through Facebook, these people are able to check in and let family and friends know that they're safe through this safety check app through Facebook. A West Palm Beach man stuck in Paris right now just talked to us about how he's using it.
Message from Facebook that popped up as a notification, and it says, we see that you're in Paris. Are you okay? And I clicked it, and, it prompted me to say whether I was okay or if I needed help. It also notified me when people in my area who I know who are here were safe. So those people that I told you that had to walk 2 hours, I got a notification once they got to their place, and also, of course, texted them as well.
That man you just heard from, Devin Cobb from West Palm Beach, is still working on getting out of France. He says his flight was delayed by a day due to heightened security measures at the airport there. Meanwhile, a man in Jupiter is relieved he just heard from his son. We told you about Jacques Briand earlier this morning. His son and daughter were in Paris at the time of the attacks. In fact, the attacks happened near his daughter's home, but she quickly called her family to let them know she was safe. Jacques tells us he spoke to his son early this morning. Back in France, the president, Francois Hollande, says ISIS organized the attacks and they will not go unpunished. Hollande has also declared a 3-day national mourning period and put the nation on its highest security level, shutting down its borders. U.S. intelligence telling us there's no threat to the United States. The Department of Homeland Security is monitoring the situation in Paris, though. We spoke to a local terrorism expert about why he thinks the attack needs to be a wake-up call for the United States. Marvin Badler was paid for years to think like a terrorist. He's sad, he says, but he's not shocked by what's happening in Paris.
They are well planned, well organized, and they want to put terror in the people. Terror is not only destroying something, but terror is a mindset.
Badler is the former security director for Israeli El Al Airlines in the United States. He says the attackers were clearly organized.
Good morning, everyone. It's a bit of a split decision across the viewing area this morning. Palm Beach County has a lot of cloud cover and even some rainfall, too. Meanwhile, up here across the Treasure Coast, we have some sunshine and lower humidity. Actually feels pretty good up there along the Treasure Coast. But down here across Palm Beach County, we're still in that soupy air mass. You got the cloud cover coming over. You got those isolated showers here too. Riviera Beach, West Palm Beach, you're fine. No rainfall at the moment. It's finally drying out for you. But from Lake Worth all the way down to Boca, we have a slug of moisture coming on shore, and that dark green right there that's about to go over Boynton Beach is an indication of some really heavy rainfall. So it's about to pick up in intensity here soon. The reason why we're seeing good conditions up here across the Treasure Coast and not so much along the Palm Beaches is because the front we've been talking about all week and the front we've been tracking all week has now pushed the area, but it's stalled out over West Palm Beach. So the nice air behind it is funneled into the Treasure Coast, but down here across the Palm Beaches, it's kind of hanging up, and we're still in that summery, warm, humid air mass. All right, now here's how we'll break down your day for you with your day planner. We got cloudy skies now across Palm Beach County, a mixture of sun and clouds up there along the up there along the Treasure Coast. Isolated showers are possible for us all today, and the wind will begin to pick up too. Higher rain chances down here across Palm Beach County, 30% here, 10% up here along the Treasure Coast, and your highs today will get up to 82 degrees, right where we should be this time of the year. Tomorrow we'll be sitting at 81 degrees. The humidity will continue to drop too, and the winds will begin to pick up. I'll let you know how windy it'll get where you live at 10:18.
Well, we're still waiting to learn more about the allegations surrounding the Hokie High School football coach, Alfonso Smith. Smith is no longer allowed on campus and did not coach the team during last night's playoff game. On Thursday, the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office said it was investigating allegations of inappropriate conduct concerning Coach Smith. Also developing, charges have been dropped against a registered sex offender who was the focus of a search in Martin County. John Janaskis had a court order from Pennsylvania to attend a treatment center in Jensen Beach. When he wasn't accounted for last week, the search began. Yesterday, Martin County Sheriff William Snyder said that facility refused to accept Janaskis, and he wasn't in the area long enough to require that he report his whereabouts to law enforcement. Janaskis was transferred to a facility in Delray Beach. An effort to stop prayers before public meetings is over in Lake Worth. According to our news partners at the Palm Beach Post, commissioners changed a policy that allowed members of the public to say a prayer before city meetings. The debate began last December when an atheist gave an invocation that ended with him saying, quote, "And so we prayed, so what?" end quote. The policy originally allowed members of the public to give the invocation. The new policy has commissioners doing it on a rotating basis. To read more about this story, go to mypalmbeachpost.com/WPTV. A school district under fire for not having enough minority teachers is firing back. The ACLU filed a federal complaint this week claiming the Indian River County School District wasn't doing enough to recruit minority teachers. Yesterday, school board members fought back. They claim the district visits 3 of Florida's historically black colleges every year to recruit minority teachers. The U.S. Department of Education has received the complaint but has not commented on it. The Palm Beach County school superintendent says his district needs to make changes to end the racial disparity that's showing up in test scores. Robert Avosa says district leaders need to look at the reasons why white students are scoring significantly higher than black and Hispanic students.
We have to have some real discussions about how race in class is being played out in our system. Are we suspending African American boys at a higher rate? The answer to that is yes, for the same kinds of incidences. Do we train our teachers on how to deal with urban environment where kids are coming to school very differently than in a suburban environment? And the answer to that is no. We're not doing a good enough job with that.
You can see the full interview with Superintendent Avosa, in which he also talks about bus delays, student testing, and charter schools. He'll be on To the Point tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock here on News Channel 5. Well, happening now, one of the area's largest waterways is being highlighted this morning. It's through an event called Lagoon Fest, and it's taking place along West Palm Beach's Green Market. Our Andrew Ruiz is live with a preview of what you can expect.
Katie, the Lake Worth Lagoon is one of the most treasured resources in Palm Beach County, and today it's being celebrated at Lagoon Fest. This area is just 20 miles of natural resources in Palm Beach County. And here they've set up vendors and booths at all raising awareness about this long estuary. Take a look at some video. You can see it's taking place in downtown West Palm Beach, right along Flagler Drive. If you're planning on coming down here, please expect some traffic delays with that. But they do have this area closed off for Lagoon Fest and also the Green Market. It's a beautiful day out here. It might not be sunny, but it's definitely breezy. And so, of course, that message is to relay what the actual lagoon means to our community and, of course, the impact humans have on it.
It's the only impact on this lagoon. Everything drains to the lagoon. All of our canals drain into the lagoon. So it's twofold. We're trying to clean up the water upstream, but we're also making it easier for the lagoon to clean itself.
And all along they have things like the manatees. And for your enjoyment, Katie, I'm going to step right behind here. Step in here. You can see the manatee and that spot right next to me, Katie. I'm holding it for you when you get off from work. So come on and join us. And we'll be having a good time down here. Katie, back to you.
I actually have a picture of my dog and that manatee. I'll post that on Facebook later. Well, it's 10:05, right after the break. It's being called a spaceship on Earth. How tall this proposed tower is set to rise above downtown West Palm Beach. And it's not only snowbirds flocking to the Sunshine State this weekend. A look at the Republican presidential hopefuls as they gather in Orlando for the Sunshine Summit.
Our front has finally arrived, but oh man, it has stalled out right on top of us. When it will move out and what that means for your weather at 10:18.
Here in Vineland, home of Progresso, we love all kinds of chicken soups, but just one kind of chicken. White breast meat chicken every time. So if you're not going to make your own chicken soup tonight, do what we do. Make it Progresso.
This moment is perfect in every way. Just like my kid. Gooey, flaky, happy. Toaster strudel. Now with more icing.
Hurry in before time runs out on the 5-day sales event at Calico Corners. Now through Saturday, save an extra 15% off store-wide on fabrics, furniture, trim, hardware, and Hunter Douglas window treatments. Sale ends Saturday.
Seacoast Bank and Wptv News Channel 5 are back in action for the Bill Brooks Food for Families food drive, and it's been kicked into high gear.
We're all dedicated to making South Florida a better place to live. It's our community commitment.
While life happens around us, people are suffering, but
donating is as simple as dropping food off at any Seacoast Bank.
Be part of the Bill Brooks Food for Families food drive. Call this number or go online. Together, we can make a difference.
One word.
Impressive.
Compassionate.
Remarkable.
Amazing.
One word can save your life. When they all come together, you have Memorial Cardiac and Vascular Institute. Total Heart Care. See the stories behind the words and what one word can mean to you at memorialcardiac.com/totalheart.
This fall, not all blockbusters are movies. Get 0% financing for 75 months on most 2015 Cherokee models at the Jeep Black Friday Blockbuster Sales Event. It's the must-see event of the year. Well-qualified current lessees of competitive vehicles get a low-mileage lease on the 2016 Cherokee Latitude for $219 a month.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We've had better days for the West Palm Beach Green Market, that is for sure. Today's going to end up being windy. The wind is going to get up to about probably 20 miles per hour, gusts as high as 30. Thankfully, on this wind, some clouds will roll in and also some less humid air, so it'll feel pretty good out there. And your highs will get up to about 82 degrees, which is right at average for us this time of the year. Now, sadly, on this wind, we'll also see some showers too. So make sure you have the umbrella, a poncho, maybe a raincoat in hand to help keep you dry, because you'll definitely run into a couple of showers in Palm Beach County. What about the rest of the viewing area and just how windy will it get where you live? I'll let you know at 10:18.
Well, the political world is focused on Orlando this weekend. All the big names in the GOP presidential race taking part in the Sunshine Summit, which continues today. 2 Republican presidential frontrunners spoke yesterday before a gathering of Florida Republicans. Donald Trump spent much of his time reiterating his commitment to tightening immigration laws. Meanwhile, Dr. Ben Carson spoke to the media about the terror attacks in Paris.
And we must redouble our efforts and our resolve to resist them, and not only to contain them, but to eliminate that kind of hatred in the world.
Meanwhile, the Democratic candidates will take the stage for a debate tonight in Iowa. National security, a topic that will likely be brought up. Hillary Clinton, Bernie Sanders, and Martin O'Malley will face off. A poll released yesterday gives Hillary Clinton a commanding lead over her rivals. Now to a health alert. Cancer can strike anyone, including our 4-legged companions. And while diagnosis may be scary, there are preventative measures you can take to keep your pet healthy. November is Pet Cancer Awareness Month, so we went to a veterinarian to ask about the signs and treatments to be aware of. Here's Candace Aviles with what she found.
Almost any cancer that a human can get, a pet can get.
Cancer knows no boundaries, but you may not be aware of how common it is among animals.
I think we're seeing more and more cancer in pets because our animals are living longer.
Research shows for older pets, cancer accounts for almost half of all disease-related deaths. Veterinarian Catherine Florence says a few changes in medicine have helped reduce one type of cancer she saw often.
We used to see quite a few vaccine-induced sarcomas in our cats, so we would see fairly frequently, and by fairly frequently, I mean a couple times a year, I would see cancer at the site of the vaccine injections for cats specifically.
But improved vaccines have helped solve that. Also, when it comes to breast cancer in animals, taking action can help avoid it.
If we spay before puberty, our studies tell us that we do not statistically see breast cancer in them at all.
The best way to help your pet stay healthy is to be proactive about their health with visits to the vet if you notice changes in their skin or behavior.
Vomiting, diarrhea, GI upset. If you see your animal sleeping more, or eating less.
And knowing there are plenty of treatments to help if your pet is diagnosed with cancer.
We can actually do anything for animals in the veterinary world that your human physicians can do for you. They can do chemotherapy. They can do all sorts of targeted cancer therapies, and the oncologists are going to be your best resources if you want to go that far.
Now, Florence says another proactive move is to get blood tests for your pet during every vet visit. That way they can detect any changes as time goes on. It's 10:12, and when we come back, covered in color powder and sprinting towards the finish line. Color runs are all fun and games until the powder turns up in flames.
But he's at my door now, and I'm really afraid of this guy.
She thought he was going to kill her, and she was right. The shocking murder confession next.
A Contact 5 investigation to protect you.
Where the most serious DWI and DUI accidents happen.
We're driving from Boca to Vero.
Mapping out what roads, streets you should stay away from.
Monday on WPTV News Channel 5 at 11.
Volkswagen's year-end clearance sale is going on now with our lowest prices and payments this year. New 16 Jettas, roomier than Civic or Corolla, just $119 a month. Or buy with $0 down. The new 16 turbocharged Tiguan SUV, more powerful than RAV4 or CRV for only $169 a month or $0 down. Or choose 0.9% for 72 months. Now is the best time of the year to buy a new Volkswagen. Get our biggest savings ever during our year-end clearance sale.
What does it mean when New South Windows says Factory Direct?
It means we have a factory.
It means we eliminate the middleman.
It means you get an award-winning, energy-efficient window at factory direct prices.
Plus, New South windows are made in Florida.
Ford Florida Home.
By Florida workers. Because we know Florida weather.
Right now, buy 2 windows, get the 3rd free, plus our lifetime warranty. New South Window. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. Call now.
It's time for Capital Carpet and Tile's Mother's Day sale.
Mom, it's not Mother's Day.
Every day should be Mother's Day.
Okay, then. Our Mother's Day sale has huge discounts on all flooring and window treatments with 1-year interest-free financing.
And I call you after your purchase to ensure that you have a great experience.
Hurry now to Capital Carpet Tile for this sale to get Mom's best prices on everything, plus 1-year interest-free financing.
So why would you buy from anyone else?
Right, these should be... Oh! Gorilla Super Glue. Of course.
Gorilla Super Glue's rubber-toughened formula holds after repeated drops and bumps.
Oh, thanks.
Gorilla Super Glue for the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
If my hands are dried and cracked, I can't do my job efficiently.
My hands are dry from washing my hands lots of times a day.
O'Keefe's Working Hands. Guaranteed relief for dry, cracked hands.
O'Keefe's works.
I saw it working for my husband, and I knew I had to try it.
Learn more at o'keefescompany.com.
Weather on WPTV is sponsored by True Treasures.
10:14, and the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office is releasing 911 calls a school bus driver made. They reveal just how much she feared her ex-boyfriend, who confessed to killing her.
He's at my door, and I'm really afraid of him, and I've been trying to do a restraining order with him, but they said that it's nothing that I can do right now. But he's at my door now, and I'm really afraid of this guy.
Gloria Riley had just gotten out of an abusive relationship with Willie Smith and had tried to move away from him last month. Smith is accused of stabbing her to death with a kitchen knife on November 5th. In other news, you may have seen these before. They're called color runs. They've become a popular way to get outside, be active, and get covered in colors. You may be taking part of one today at Sun Life Stadium, but there are concerns the powder being used could be dangerous. News Channel 5's Mike Trim is taking a deeper look at how it could hurt you.
3, 2, 1.
What could be wrong with this? Dozens of people coming together with their friends, running and laughing, covered in powder. But experts say the vibrant colors that fill the sky at some color runs and events can have vicious consequences. This is what happened when a plume of powder turned into a giant fireball. Some 500 people injured, at least a dozen killed when the colored powder burst into flames at a water park in Taiwan in June. So could this happen at a color run?
100%.
Stephen McInerney is the chief of the Naples Fire Department.
You're putting yourself in extreme danger, a possibility of being burned.
And he says he's done the tests to prove it. Watch this.
I think it's worse than even we could have imagined.
The chief says colored powder can be extremely flammable when it's airborne, like in some color run races. Many color runs say their powder is made mostly of cornstarch or baking soda, non-toxic and safe. But a sample taken from October's Color Blast 5K in Sarasota proved otherwise.
Solvents typically highly volatile, very volatile, and they have low flash point.
Dr. Ji Sen Chong is a professor at Middle Tennessee State University, and he looked at the samples. He says the jagged shavings around some of the particles could damage your lungs. He even found some chemicals similar to rat poison. The organizer of the Color Blast 5K event said he bought his powder online from a company in India. He defended it, saying his research shows his powder is the industry standard. No testing has been done on how much exposure to these powders can be harmful.
I'm surprised that they're letting people do it.
That could be my kid's face right in front of that fire, so not good.
Runners who saw these results say more needs to be done before they march through these colors again. Mike Trim, WPTV News Channel 5.
Good morning, everyone. Here is that front that we've been watching all week long. It is finally here. But would you guess it? It has stalled over South Florida. It hasn't exactly got enough punch there to push all the way through. It is over Palm Beach County, which means that up here along the Treasure Coast, we're looking at pretty good conditions and some lower humidity is beginning to filter in. But right here along the front in Palm Beach County, we have a lot of cloud cover around, and we also have that rainfall too. The rain is continuing to push on shore. I mean, we've been dealing with this all morning long, and it continues to just come on shore. Lots of moisture out there pushing on shore down here in Palm Beach County. West Palm Beach going to Riviera Beach, Palm Beach Gardens, you're fine at the moment, just a lot of clouds around. But from Lake Worth all the way down to Delray, we have this heavy rain continuing to come on shore. And you see this yellow right here? That indicates some really heavy rainfall, which will be tracking westbound, and it will impact Boynton Beach, Delray, and Boca in probably about 45 minutes from now. No lightning strikes with this activity, just this plain old rain. That's it. And Vipercast shows the rain continuing to seek around Palm Beach County, not so much along the Treasure Coast, but we will see our fair share of cloud cover along the Treasure Coast, though, and even down here in the Palm Beaches, too. And that'll continue through the evening hours, the overnight hours, too, and then we hit the repeat button for tomorrow. Today's highs will be considerably cooler than the past few days. The past few days, I mean, we've been having temperatures near 90 degrees. Today, though, right at average, 82 degrees in West Palm, Boynton Beach, 81 degrees in Jupiter. Looks like more the same out towards Lake Okeechobee with a temperature of 82 degrees. Indiantown, you'll be sitting at 81. Fort Pierce, 80. Vero Beach, 80. And look at that. Sebastian, you may actually top out at 79 degrees. That'll feel pretty nice. The wind forecast for today is expected to pick up, so those winds will start to get a little gusty later on today. They could be gusting as high as 30 miles per hour at times, and yes, that means that the seas will begin to deteriorate. Beach and boating conditions do not look good for the next few days. Right now, boaters, the seas are sitting right at 3.5 feet, so they've already increased about 2 feet within the last probably 5 hours. And they'll continue to build by this afternoon up to 7 feet, and the waterways will be choppy, and low tide will occur at 3:28 this morning. This afternoon. Rip current threat continues to be high because we got this northeast wind. This persistent northeast wind, onshore wind, will elevate the rip current threat, and that'll stick around for the next few days. So to summarize, highs will get up to 82 degrees today. It will be windy, and the isolated showers will be down here across Palm Beach County, not so much across the Treasure Coast. Then overnight tonight, lower humidity, mostly cloudy, temperatures in the mid-70s, and we can hit the repeat button for tomorrow. But then next week, that warm tropical air mass returns, and those rain percentages elevate as well.
10:20 and fired again. Palm Beach State College announcing Newman Raja has been let go. He was an instructor at the school. This just a day after the Palm Beach Gardens Police Department fired Raja from the force. Raja is accused of shooting and killing Corey Jones last month after Jones's car broke down on the side of I-95. Corey Jones's supporters still plan to stage a rally at the Gardens Mall next weekend. A mall spokesman says that everyone is welcome to come to the mall, but they do have a no solicitation, no protest policy. It's 10:21 and just ahead, losing an uphill battle and now forced to leave their homes. The decision made last week that is not stopping an expansion project. And here's a live look right now outside one of the attack sites in Paris. Last night, ISIS suicide bombers and gunmen killed at least 127 people and hurt hundreds more. Our thoughts go out to France today.
Watch the Honda Sports Desk for the latest local and national sports, powered by ESPN 106.3. Every night at 11, only on News Channel 5. Sponsored by the South Florida Honda Dealers. Visit sfhondadealers.com to find the dealer nearest you.
I'm Willie Gary, and if you've been injured or harmed, you may be entitled to full compensation and justice. For over 40 years, through our hard work and dedication, we've won landmark cases, including a $23.6 billion verdict in a Florida wrongful death smoking case. Hiring a lawyer is an important decision. Do the research, then you be the judge. So call us today and let us fight your battle.
Why let someone else have all the fun? Yeah. The sometimes haphazard, never boring fun. The why can't it smell like this all the time fun.
What did we do yesterday?
The learning the virtue of sharing fun. Why let someone else have all the fun? That's no fun.
Whoa, good, hey?
Unleash the power of dough. Give it a pop.
Right now, during the Rooms to Go holiday sale, get great-looking furniture like this at an amazing low price. And finance for 60 months with no interest. Just make 60 low interest-free monthly payments as low as $12 a month. No games, no gimmicks. That's right now, during the Rooms to Go holiday sale.
Be ready to winter with Infiniti. Now through January 4th, lease the Infiniti Q50 for $309 a month. Visit your local Infiniti retailer.
Hi, it's the Mo and Sally Morning Show from Cool 105.5. Get WPTV News Channel 5 weather updates from Steve Weagle and Storm Team 5 every hour during your workday.
News Channel 5 and Cool 105.5, keeping you safe and secure.
Closed captioning on WPTV is sponsored by Bethesda Health.
A controversial bridge across Port St. Lucie is one step closer to happening. This week, a judge dismissed a lawsuit that would have rerouted the Crosstown Parkway expansion. People losing their homes to the construction are starting to move out. They believe this lawsuit was their best and last chance to stop the bridge.
I really don't see anything stopping the bridge at this point.
Supporters of the project consider the judge dismissing the lawsuit a victory. They say the bridge will ease traffic problems and make getting around the city more convenient. The deadliest stretch of road for the Florida Panther is about to get a little safer. It's a 9-mile stretch in the southwest part of our state. And as News Channel 5's John Favoli explains, the state will spend $5.5 million to protect the Panther from the dangers of Alligator Alley.
This 4-foot-tall fence along Alligator Alley is no match for a panther's 18-foot leap into a tree. The barbed wire lining, originally built to keep alligators from resting on the interstate, will now be raised another 6 feet and topped with sharp edging.
It's way overdue.
9 miles on each side, totaling 18 miles to and from the Naples toll booth in southwest Florida. It will match the fencing you see when driving through Broward County. It took years of convincing, but the final nudge this year from the Florida Wildlife Federation was enough to get the Florida Department of Transportation on board and get the job done all at once.
To do the entire 9 miles and enhance the passage under the bridges was just over the moon for us.
Crews will also reset rocks under canal bridges to create paths for panthers so they don't collide with truck drivers like Lopez Alvarez, who is used to seeing wildlife cross the alley.
I don't want them, not even they get in the road, you know what I mean, bending my finger or, you know what I mean, try to skate, and they don't hit it and it produce accident.
Anytime you hit an animal on the road, it's very dangerous for not only, you know, the driver, but of course, you know, good possibility you can kill the animal too.
This project will be the latest and most expensive move to enhance the now rebounding panther population and ensure our state can handle a larger number of them if and when that happens. John Favoli, WPTV, News Channel 5.
Engineers will also explore the idea of converting unused culverts into wildlife underpasses so panthers don't have to try jumping over fences anymore. This is great news for the Florida panther. All right, well, we're about done with the show here. Come a little closer, Tyler. You've got too much cologne on today. Got to stay far, far away. One last look at the weather for the Green Market Lagoon Fest.
Yes, so everything going on in Palm Beach County is probably going to see a little bit of rain at times today. So if you're heading out to any of these events, make sure you grab an umbrella. We have higher rain chances across Palm Beach County where we have this front. Up there along the Treasure Coast, lower rain chances. That doesn't mean you're out of the woods, though, Treasure Coast. You'll still see a few isolated showers, but the more widespread stuff will be down here across Palm Beach County. Lower humidity will filter in through the day, and tomorrow, much lower humidity. Highs both today and tomorrow will be around 80 to 82 degrees, but this humidity will return in a big way come next week, and it will feel very summer-like once we get to Wednesday and Thursday, and your highs will get up to about 88, maybe even 90 degrees in some spots come Wednesday and Thursday. Those rain percentages will also increase. So the rain, the humidity, the heat will be back in a big way next week.
Perfect napping weather. That's what I call it. Well, that does it for us this morning. Join us for more local coverage you can count on tonight at 6. Have a great day.